right, today is July 1st, 2026. Currently week 3 of since I've started my journey of becoming a professional poker player, starting as a recreational player. And yeah, we're in week 3. Currently overall, we're in a profit of $854. Our goal is to grow our starting bankroll of 5K to 30,000 within the next 2 years. So overall profit 854 and hourly rate of $13.97. Last month of June we ended a profit of $20 between about 7 sessions that we did last month. So it's a new month and it's week 3 now, so we're gonna keep on going. I learned a lot the last 2 weeks and we're gonna go into a session now. Here at the Lucky Lady, play a 1-2 game, max buy-in of $200, and we're gonna play for about 3 to 4 hours today. I just finished at the gym, and yeah, we're just gonna get some reps in today and see how it goes. One of our first hands here, we look down at Queen Ace offsuit in middle position. Early position folds, so we open up to 16. 4 people call. Flop is Queen 5 King, all clubs. So we have middle pair with ace kicker. It checks all the way around to me, so I see bet for another 25. Person to my left folds, and the button makes the call. Only had about $22 left in his stack left, so he goes all in. And then the other 2 after him fold, so it's heads up, and the turn comes 7, and then the river comes another 7, and our opponent flips over 2-7. He hits runner, 3 of a kind with 2 of 7. And you might hear me, and I'm like, what? Okay. This is going to be a great start to the session.
A7, oh my God, A7.
2-7, runner.
She had my 7.
A7.
What the fuck? So as we just shake off that beat, we look down in the next hand, King 10 offsuit. And here I look to open under the gun with 12. When the one to my left, she raises to 24, so she min raises. Only the cutoff makes the call, going all in with about 10, and everyone else folds, so I make the call as well. And at this point, I was thinking that her range is somewhere along maybe ace king, ace queen, or queen king. And so then the flop runs out 10-3 deuce. And now I'm thinking I have top pair and that she missed completely on the board. So I check it to her and she bets out for $30. And I think maybe she's just doing a C bet and trying to get me off the board. So I think that I have the best hand at the moment. So I shove all in, hoping to get her to fold. But she snap calls, and then next up the turn, river just an 8 and a 9. And I think my 10s are good, but she flips over pocket jacks and I'm no good, and I lose about $130 something right then and there. And looking back now, that I should have valued her hand in her range. I didn't even think of a pocket pair at that time. So we lost our first 200 buy-in, so we rebuy again for another 200. And this next time we look down at ace king offsuit. So we open the 15. Button at $15. 15. Same person to my left, she calls, so we go heads up to the flop, which is king 4-6 rainbow. So we make top pair with best kicker right now 20. With the ace. So I see bet out for another 20, and she snap calls. So at this point, I'm putting her, maybe she has a king, but lower kicker, king queen, king 10. So on the turn was a 3 of spades. I doubt she has the straight draw. I don't think she would have called my initial bet with 2-5. So I double barrel for 40, and she makes the call again. Then the river is a 5 of spades, completing the backdoor flush draw, and also if you have a 7, making a straight open on the board. So at this point, I know she doesn't have the flush or the straight, so I bet out for another 40, hoping to get like king, queen, king, jack, king 10 to call me. But she ends up folding, so we win that pot, and we end up getting some money back that she took from us, which is nice. A few hands later, we end up also switching seats, and we look down at ace-4 offsuit in middle position. And early position raises to 10. We make the call, and 3 people after us make the call as well. So we go 5 away to a flop, which is Jack 7 ace rainbow. And the initial raiser bets out for 20, and I re-raise for 60. Then the other 3 end up folding, but the initial better ends up re-raising me for 120. And at this point, I'm thinking, okay, maybe he has 2 pair ace jack or ace king, ace queen. He has the ace on the board, and so he has a better kicker than me. And looking at it now, it was actually a kind of a terrible call. But in this moment, for me, I think I was in so deep that I ended up shoving all in, thinking I could get him to fold. And looking back, I think it is a mistake to do, because if I was trying to get him to fold for that extra $100-something that I put in for all in, it wouldn't make sense for him to even fold ace jack or ace king or ace 10, ace queen. And so he calls and he shows ace 10, so he's got me beat. But by the grace of the gods, a 4 comes out, making a 2 pair for myself. So I think I got extremely lucky in this situation. I think in most situations that is a immediate fold after that re-raise that he did on me. Most situations I'm gonna lose that most times. So my read was right, and I made the wrong decision, but I still won. But I think it was still a bad decision. Holy shit! Okay, whoo, a lot to unpack right now. My goodness. So we just ended our session right now here at the Lucky Lady. We ended up losing 2 buy-ins, so we're down $400 for today. Yeah. Oh man, that last hand. Oh, I feel it. I feel the tilt. I feel a mix of like frustration, upset at myself too. I think I made a mistake this last hand. So let's break this last hand down really fast. I believe I'm middle position. There's a straddle, $4, and 3 people call the straddle. So I'm next to act. I raise to $25. Okay. The next person to act, he calls 25. Then a second person, I believe under the gun, he calls 25. And then the early second under the gun calls, and then the person to my right calls. So we have 5 people to a flop. 25 raise. I have pocket kings. 5 ways to a flop. I had raised 25, and the flop is ace jack deuce, rainbow. And from here, the under the gun +2 bets for $100. The person to my right folds. It's on me. In this moment, I was putting him on like some air. Maybe I put him on a pair of jacks, and maybe like jack 10. I was putting him on like jack 10, something along the lines of there. And I ended up pushing all in, and the other 2 people, they end up folding. So it's heads up. I go all in for $250, so $150 more on top of his bet of $100. And he takes a while, and he ends up calling. So we're going to the turn, which is a brick, and the river is another brick. And I flip over my kings, and he flips over jack deuce. And now, as I'm rewinding and looking back at the hand, it's a good hand. Like his bet out of turn, like him betting out of position, should have been alarm bells already for me to like, okay, if he's betting out of position like this, he's got something good. looking back now, like two pair. But part of me wanted to call him. I thought he was like trying to bluff it out, but it was that was a mistake on my part. And I think I should have went sized higher in the pre-flop. I think with the straddle and three people calling the straddle, I think maybe 25 was too high. And this table was very action. A lot of them were going like super high and calling things. So I think I should have went a bit higher to maybe get his jack deuce to fold. But then again, like looking back at his player style, he was a gambler style, and he was just he a few hands before that, not against me, but he called the pre-flop 130 raise with 6-9 diamonds, a re-raise of 130. He called that 6-9 of diamonds, and he flopped trips with six. A few hands before that, not against me though. But looking at it, maybe if I even sized higher, he still would have called either way. Like in that position, I think maybe I bet 35, but I think he still probably would have called. I think the mistake is in that flop is seeing the ace jack deuce, and there's five people to the flop. The kings is not in a good position, and I feel like I got too in love with my hand, and I really wanted it to work so bad. But sometimes I think in that position I just have to be able to make those tough folds, and yeah, I wasn't able to make it. And that when I lost my final buy-in, I had $250 or $300 starting that hand. Yeah, so that's what happened. That was rough. And then a few hands before, yeah, I think I'll break it down in the video, go over some of the other hands. But that was the hand that knocked me out. And the feeling of, I think this is the real feeling of tilt, or whatever I'm feeling this is like new feeling for me. So yeah, it's definitely a learning experience. It's a journey on this. So yeah, that makes us down $400 for the day. So we're gonna step out. We're gonna just call it a day for today. We played for about like three hours. So yeah, we just had to recollect and pick our things back up and continue another day and learn from today. But yeah, that was today. All right, it's a new day today, Thursday, July 2nd. We're back at the Lucky Lady Casino after yesterday's loss, and we're going to hit the tables once again. And after coming off of yesterday's loss, I'm not going to lie, yesterday was probably the most tilted feeling I ever felt. But after some thought and after some rest, I came to some really good realizations yesterday, and kind of was able to reframe a lot of my negative thinking at the moment. And the main thing was dealing with the loss, as I lost the 2 days back to back already, and kind of reframing it and kind of being grateful that I'm losing now, and I'm essentially paying like a tuition to learn and learn from my mistakes. And I'm grateful that it's happening now, and I'm not in the future where even when the goal is to play in higher stakes, that I make those same mistakes. So it's a good thing that it's a normal thing. I'm losing money in the beginning as I'm making mistakes here and there, and so yeah, I'm learning, and it's part of the growth and part of the tuition that I gotta pay. And we just gotta, as long as we keep growing from our mistakes, become better day by day, then in the long run we'll be just fine. So yeah, let's get into some hands today. So one of our first hands, we looked at pocket queens in the big blind, and under the gun raises to $5. Three other people make the call. So with four people in, I decided to raise to $40, hopefully to isolate and go heads up to the flop. But everyone ends up folding. So I think I sized a bit too large here. I think I should have gone with a raise to maybe 25 or 30, and maybe one other person would have called. So I end up switching tables, and I look down at Jack 9 offsuit in the cutoff position, and the early position raised to $4, and I just decided to just call. The flop shows 10 Queen 4 rainbow, and we flop a open-ended straight draw, but everybody checks, so I check just to see the free turn. So which ends up being a king. So we hit our straight. So it checks back to me, and I decide to check. I don't think anyone has the ace jack because I don't think anyone would have just called for $4 pre-flop with ace jack. And so I just wanted to get one more card and see if anyone connects on the board, or we'll bet out first and I can re-raise. The river ends up being a 4, so if someone had a pair of 4, they'd now have a 3 of a kind, which means they'll either bet out, or it could be where I can make a good value bet and get a 3 of a kind to call. So the EP makes a bet out for 10. At this moment, I think he hit his 4s. I think he has the trips, and I think he was just trying to get some value and didn't think anyone would really even call, or I don't think he think anyone even had a straight on the board with the way I also checked it back. So I re-raised to 30, and he snaps all in. For a split second, I was thinking, does he have the boat? But no, that would mean he had 2 pair prior. I think he would have bet out earlier, so I ended up making the call. And he flips over 4-9, so we have him beat. We made the good read. Nice hand. So this next hand, I look down at pocket 10s in early position. Under the gun raises to $8, and in this moment I was thinking that I wanted to isolate the button. He had been raising and been very loosely aggressive on the table, so I decided to raise to 30 to hopefully, in my thinking, that I knew if anyone's gonna call, it would be him. And like I suspected, he snap calls and everyone else folds, so we go heads up to the flop, which is king 10-4 with 2 spades. So we flop a set, and there's a flush draw on the board, so that is a little scary, but we do hold 1 spade. And at this point, I just want to overbet. If he holds 2 spades and he's drawing, I want to make sure he's gonna pay premium in order to see the next card. So but he ends up going all in, so, and we end up just making the call. Damn. Oh, I got a flush. So with 4 spades on the board, we end up taking that down with the 10 high flush. I'm not gonna lie, when I saw 4 spades come, I thought I was fucked. I was like, okay, that was not what I was hoping for. But he didn't have a spade, which I was quite surprised and kind of thinking, what the fuck did he go all in with? King 4, 2 pair? King 10? Or pair of kings? I knew he was a loose aggressive player, but I'm thinking like, what the fuck was he going all in? He had to have at least a draw or something. Nothing. But I guess my read was good, and yeah, we took that one down. All right, we just finished here at Lucky Lady playing the 1-2 game, and today we came in the profit. We bought in for a total of 360, and we cashed out right now for 513. So about $153 in profit for the day. About 5.5 hours of play of today, and yeah, we made it. Today was a good day, I would say. I feel like today I was a lot more disciplined in making certain folds, where part of me before would have called, and I think would have been some mistakes. But yeah, today I felt a lot more disciplined in my calling, my folding, and thinking things more thoroughly. And yeah, it just felt like I played a lot better today. Felt a lot better today. So yeah, today we finished with the profit. So next we're gonna be playing again this weekend. So we're actually going to Vegas tomorrow. I'm going to Vegas with my family. We're gonna drive up there for the 4th of July weekend. So I plan on get some table play, hit some of the casinos there. I'm not sure where I want to go yet, but yeah, I'll figure it out once I'm there. And yeah, overall, good day today. All right, so I just got to Las Vegas, and I'm here gonna be staying with my aunts for the 4th of July weekend, and I'm gonna celebrate with them. And right now it's like 5 p.m. I just took a really big nap. I woke up super early this morning to drive over here, so feeling refreshed, feeling good, and looking to continue after yesterday's profit day, continue making smart decisions, good plays. So right now we're gonna go head to a nearby casino, Santa Fe Station Casino. They have a 1-3 game there, max buy-in of 500. And we're gonna get some reps in and see how it goes. All right, I just finished at Santa Fe Station. I played for a total of 2 hours, bought in for a total of $600, cashed out $275. So I lost net loss today of $325. And today I made a huge mistake, but also in that 2 hours I was not connecting at all with the board. None of my cards at all connected with the board. The highest or the best hand I got was like, I think a 10 pair or something. No, it was a queen pair. My first hand that I won with the ace queen. But after that, it was just drawing super dead for those 2 hours. So I left. I had to leave because also my family wanted to go to another casino, so we might go to another casino. I was looking at Wynn, but Wynn is like super packed right now. There's like 140 wait list, so I had to look around more. But overall, for those 2 hour session, super rough on the cards I was dealt, but comes with territory. It's fine. But my mistake that I made was that there's this one hand. Pre-flop, I have King 10 suited spades, and I raise to 15. I get one caller. He calls, and the flop is Ace Queen 4. Ace and 4 was a spade, so I flopped a straight draw and a flush draw. So I'm the first to act. I bet out again for another $20, and he calls, and the next card is a brick. I believe it was like a 3 or something, 3 of diamonds. And here I bet out again for another, I think $30 I bet out for. And he calls. The river is another brick. I think it was like an 8 of hearts. There's no flush on the board. I don't hit my flush. I don't hit my straight. And at this point, I'm like, fuck. At the time, I didn't think he had a 2 pair. I wasn't really putting him on that. I was putting him more on, I think he has the queen. I don't think he has the ace. He has the queen. Kind of bluff him off this queen. And I bet out for $100. He takes a while to think about it. And he ends up calling. And I was like, fuck. As I was like, all right, you got it, man. And he flips over 2 pair, queen 4, which makes sense. I was like, on why he's calling like this with the ace high on the board. And yeah, so I missed that. The mistake where I messed up is I shouldn't have. If I was going for the bluffing route, my line or the street line doesn't make sense of my bet sizing. If I wanted to bet, I should have bet higher on the flop or the turn to kind of represent the ace. But looking back, I think it was kind of an easy read to show that I was just fishing or for that flush draw, and I didn't hit it, and I was just trying to steal the pot, and he kind of read me pretty well. Yeah, so looking back at that, I think I just should have went for the check fold on the river after missing. But yeah, another expensive lesson learned today, and yeah. All right, I just finished here at MGM Grand Casino. I was gonna go to Wynn Casino tonight, but there was like 140 people on the waiting list, so I was like looking around, and I found MGM had the shortest waiting list. So we hit up MGM. We played for about 4.5 hours, and we came in the profit in this session of about $152, including my session earlier at Santa Fe Station. In total for tonight, I profited $152 something. So not bad. After taking the loss at Santa Fe, came here to MGM and was able to. I bought it for about $320 something at a 1-3 game. The minimum buying was $100. The maximum buying $1,000. So I came in with about $323 and was able to cash out with about $700 something. At one point, my stack at the highest was at 1,100. So I did a lot better over here, and I made some good decisions. I did a good table switch when I realized that the table I was at was filled with better players, to be honest. And as I'm learning, part of the game is finding the games that you can win. So I was able to recognize that in the difference in skill, and I switched tables, and instantly the next table I did a lot better, was winning hands. And I actually played PLO bomb pot for the first time. I didn't fully understand it my first time doing it, but then the second time and third time I did it, I actually won majority of my stack from it. It's quite interesting. I won, yeah, that's what got my stack all the way over $1,000 from PLO bomb pot. But yeah, the last hour though, 2 hours, I kind of bled through my chips and bled through like $200, $300 of profit, which is not good. I just wasted some profit, and yeah, I gotta do better on that. But overall for tonight, we're in the profit. So yeah, 8-hour, around about 7-8 hour session tonight, and some good reps and good experience, and a different environment here in Vegas than from what it's like in LA and the Lucky Lady Casino. Different vibe, different energy of the players here. I think the players here are more skilled in the casinos here in Vegas, or from so far from my experience right now. But yeah, that was tonight. Right, so it's July 4th, and we just finished at MGM Grand, and we came in a profit today of $500, but not because of our poker play, but because we ended up hitting quad sevens, as you see. Bro, I hit quad sevens literally yesterday, and I hit it again today. But yesterday I hit it with just 1-7. Today I hit it with pocket sevens.
Quad sevens?
You got a 3x spin on that wheel.
Wow.
You got $1,000
Oh, yeah,
shot
the
at
flop.
1,000.
So it's just
Quad sevens, and that allowed for the promotion to spin the wheel, and you get 3 times whatever it lands on. So
You get 3 times whatever he spins. Yeah, go for it.
Go get him, Tony. Go get him, baby. Go get him. Give him 1,000. Give him 1,000. Come on, Tony.
500, 1,000, both work.
Here comes 1,000. Here it comes. Here it comes. Whoa, mule. Here it comes. Here it
No,
comes. He's got it.
no, 300.
oh,
It's not bad, Tony.
so what is
That's
that?
good for $900.
That's, thank you, man. 900. We lost 400 at the tables today, but we gave up 900 on the spinning wheel for hitting quads. So
900 minus
I
the
guess we're
400 you lost today.
$500 in profit.
500 profit, not a bad day's work.
I lost $400 in my table play today. Played about 5 hours. I would say overall today, my first half of my game was pretty good, and I was playing quite smart. I had some really good reads on this one player, where I made some really good calls, and I made really good accurate reads and won some pots. But then the last 2 hours, I'm noticing a pattern that the last 2-3 hours is where it's going. Oftentimes my stack goes up and then goes down those last 2-3 hours. So I notice I get more loose whenever I get a win, and I start playing too loose. And I really need to like lock in, and especially when I come up, be more disciplined in my play. But I hit quad sevens, and that enabled me to get spin the wheel. So hitting that, but I was short stacked during that time when I won. So the most I won was only like $100 right there, and a few hands later I end up losing it. And this is my fault in thinking, and of thinking like, oh, I'm about to get like access to the spin wheel. So I kind of treated the leftover money I had like $160 left, and it's not a good thinking of to just punt it. Well, I didn't really punt it, but I made a call on the flop where I had a combo, I had a flush and a straight draw, and he went all in, and it were heads up, and I ended up calling. But normally me, I wouldn't call in those situations. But the fact that I knew I had access to the spin wheel, and I was like, oh, I can make the money back that way. I ended up making the call, which is not really a good decision to do. But yeah, I ended up not hitting my straight or my flush, so I lose all my total buy-ins of $400 at MGM. Then yeah, spin the wheel, hit 300, multiply that by 3, 900. So technically we're up in profit today from our session of 5 hours, up 500. And yeah, so it's gonna go back to the poker bankroll. And yeah, that was today. Very roller coaster of emotions today. But yeah, looking back, first half of my game and my decision making was very good. But it's those last 2-3 hours where I need to sharpen up and stay with my strategy and be disciplined. Especially when I'm winning, I get too carried away. But yeah, that was. I don't know if I'm gonna play again tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. I'll be leaving Vegas tomorrow. I might play. I might not play again at a casino nearby. But if I do play, you'll see another video. But if I don't, this is the end of the video. And yeah, thank you guys for watching my week in poker this week. This was week 3 that we finished up. So overall, we're still in the profit as of right now, since we started 3 weeks ago. And yeah, it's gonna just take it day by day, keep learning, get better every single time. But yeah, thanks for watching.